Hello everybody and welcome to my first ever Fallout 4 video. So this is one of my characters. His name is Jack, and he decided to stay with the Silver Shroud persona. This is Vault 88. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. I wanted to show it off because through the use of mods, I've been able to build this through most of the cavern system and actually get the settlers to use it. The trick with getting your people out of the main cavern into other areas is the game defines how far they can go from the workshop. So there's a mod that'll be listed down below called Settler Sandbox. It expands how far they can wander from that workshop, and that allows the settlers here in Vault 88 to go to the far limits of the vault. So let's get started and give you a tour of this place. As you can see, I'm standing in the entrance where the vault door is. There are some turrets and searchlights out here for security. The raiders do try to attack from that direction. Down here we have more turrets for security if the raiders get through the door. That is a teleporter. You can build one in each of your settlements, and then you can instantly teleport from one settlement to another. So if you don't want to lose 6 hours traveling across the Commonwealth, there it is. It does burn caps in order for you to teleport, but you can change that in the settings. That brownish green box on the wall is actually a power generator. That comes from a mod. You'll find that and the teleporter mod in the description below. So over here we have our logistics system. This is set up to establish a caravan route and control how the caravans operate. Again, this is another mod. And if we go to the terminal here, one of the things you can do is pull up the information about your entire network. So as you can see here, there are 566 settlers living in 34 settlements. And then it tells you the surplus of food and water being produced. Oh, I have a water deficit. I'll have to fix that at some point in time, but not right now. Right now we're here to tour the vault. Down this way is, of course, the main workshop. That's the original generator room. Didn't do anything with that. We come around here. There is a security guard set up out here to keep an eye on the entrance. The frame rate's going to be a bit laggy because this place is huge. So coming into the main atrium, we have this nice tree in the middle to give it a bit of an outdoor feel with some gardening around the base. You'll notice I have lights suspended from the ceiling. I did that using conduits. Put conduits on the ceiling, attach the wires to conduits down here, and then set the conduits on top of the lights. So it looks like they're hanging from cables. Of course, I sided with the Minutemen, so there's a Minutemen statue here. We have the security guard over here. Keep an eye on that entrance. Some Nuka World gaming machines. And then, of course, this is where the 4 main shops are located. We have the armor shop over here with a mod called Do It Yourself. You can install these shells, and then there's a bunch of items you can put on the shells that create the stuff that's being sold. Even the vendor shelf comes out of that mod, or the vendor counter, and those are set up so you can plug stuff into there for display as well. And then we have some mannequins displaying different types of armor, and one day maybe we'll even have a suit of power armor to sell. In the corner over here, we have our weapon shop. So customers aren't really supposed to go back there, and hopefully they don't. As you can see, we have lots of ammunition, a variety of weapons, shotgun turret for the customers who decide they aren't going to use their purchase outside. We have our general goods here. They are well stocked. Towels and toilet paper, recreational items, decorations, books, stuff for the kitchen, food and drinks. Plus I got some shipments of stuff stored back here. Because the entire vault could not be properly connected together, the power won't actually carry through the walls the way it's supposed to. So that power box I showed you out in the entryway, those are placed all over the outside of the vault here, one every 4 squares roughly, and they transmit power so that the lights are getting their power. And as you saw out at the teleporter, if you need to, you can connect a wire to it to directly power something. Down here is the hydroponics. This is where we grow all the mute fruit. Got one of our guards standing here. And it's a basic atrium design. I put the elevated walkway across there to support lights and air circulation fans. It's a bit later in the day, so the farm crew's not around. So down here, this is one of the subway tunnels that slopes down. Very difficult to build in because the angle of the slope does not match the sloping angle of the vault building pieces. So what I did, using a mod called Place Everywhere, is I was able to build sections at different heights and then plop a staircase in there to get up and down. I went with this type of tunnel to traverse this section of the subway tunnel. Then we drop down again. Around this way. This is a really bizarre hallway because the tunnel is at an angle. With the Place Everywhere, I could have put this through here at an angle. I just didn't feel like it. It was easier just to have it go back and forth. But here you can see where I did use the Place Everywhere mod to get everything turned to an angle, because otherwise there was no way to get it lined up with this cavern. If I remember correctly, this is the cavern where you either run into the sentry bot or one of the death claws. I don't recall which. So this is the swimming pool. The water comes from a mod called Build Your Own Pool. The pipe comes from the Easy Home Build and Double Working Beds mod, and yes, that is the title. It is a mouthful. Then back here, we have a couple of toilets with bookshelves for a bit of privacy, and the toilet paper, and of course, some books to read while you're doing your business. Then we have the showers over here, again with towels and supplies for taking a shower and drying off. And yes, you can actually swim in the pool. And from here you can see how this is built into the cavern system. If the cavern looks a little on the clean side, it's because I was using scrap everything to clear stuff out of the way, so it wouldn't be sticking through the walls of the vault here. Now we'll just run back here. Did I go too far? No, I didn't go too far. And of course, unless you go into Creation Kit and alter the actual model, there's nothing you can do to get rid of this broken concrete wall here. You just have to build it as a hole through the wall. So from this subway tunnel, we go through the connecting piece between the two tunnels, and it's set up as a security station. So this is the hallway that goes up to the other subway entrance to the main cavern. If we follow this one down, this goes to the cavern where you find the pool with the water processing plant and the Mirelurk Queen. So in case the Mirelurks get active again, there's some turrets in here to stop them if they go through the doorway. We have guard stations down here with more turrets all pointing in toward where the Mirelurk Queen was. We are using this water plant here to produce the water for the settlement. That's the generator that powers the water plant, plus the various lights around here. We have searchlights on the walls for added security. Built a walkway all the way around here with a couple of additional turrets. So if a fight does break out and Mirelurks or raiders are trying to run through the water, there's some turrets back there. The guards can follow them on the catwalks. After all, nobody wants their boots full of water, right? So we take this hallway up across the top of that big cavern where the water is. And eventually this gets us into the next cavern. I think this is the one where you find the second workshop. And through here we have another security station. And way back here we have the residential section. I have a couple of nice couches laid out here with some bookshelves and toys for the children. Through here you've got the his and her bathrooms, toilets, showers, sinks, and all the towels and stuff. And turn my flashlight on. So these are some of the beds that come from the Easy Home Builder and Working Double Beds mod. So with this mod, you can actually create a double bed. Then you drop these two pillows on it. And as you can see, each one is a settler bed. So you can have married couples in your settlement and they will actually sleep together in the same bed. Unless, of course, they're guards. Because, as we all know, guards don't actually go to bed. Alright, so we came from the atrium, reactor, and security. We're now going towards the clinic, the cafeteria, and the atrium. The signage is all part of the vanilla build set. So are these lights along the walls. I believe that comes from picking up one of the pick a fence issues. It gives you advanced lighting. So we're now moving through the tunnels and caverns again towards the end where the other subway tunnels are. I didn't go that far into the cave system, partly because I couldn't think of anything to put down there. So at this junction we have another security setup. The security stations do have phones on the wall so they can call back and forth across the vault because the place is huge. Down here is our cafeteria. If it were earlier in the evening, this place would be full of people. We had the stereo to dance to and tables to eat at. The bar itself, I have Clem working as the bartender. He seems to be a perfect choice for the bar. Fridge and stove back here. It takes a lot of hallways to put the vault all the way out through this cavern system and connect everything together. It took a lot of work to build all of this. And as I said earlier, The settlers will come back here because of the mod called the Settler Sandbox. So here we have the healthcare clinic. Doctor back there, the barber here. We have chairs for people waiting for their appointments. The full raptor for the optometrist. And here's another example of how these power boxes can be wired directly to something. And of course the plastic surgeon. Another security station. There's two of the guards are back here at the moment. And now we're going through that tunnel that leads back into the main cavern. It's actually a couple of tunnels with one or two small caves, I think. And here we are back in the atrium. So now what I will do, through the magic of the console commands, I will toggle clipping. We'll go outside of the vault so that you can see how this actually fits into the cavern system here. So this is the tunnel I just came back through, coming up from the clinic. So that building back there, that's the clinic with the barber and everything. That's the security station. I'll just get myself back up on top of it here. It took some fidgeting with the atrium to be able to run the hallways out from the atrium and down these tunnels, but once I got everything into place, it all fit together relatively easily. And of course, the zigzags are to get through these corners here. That's the northeastern workshop there. And this is the north sector. That's the cafeteria. You can see a power pylon there. It's attached to a power generator on the roof because I needed wiring for the slot machines and all the posters or the illuminated signs on the walls of the cafeteria, so we had to do it that way. And if we just walk out to the end of the cafeteria, that's one of the tunnels going down to the big subway station on the far end of the cavern system. And there you can see another one of the power boxes on the outside that provides the power for the lighting. And then we've got the long tunnel going through this, or long hallway going through this long tunnel. Come on, get your terminology straight. If you were building something like this and you had more ideas for more rooms, there's still a fair amount of space available that you could build additional rooms off of some of these hallways. Some of the tunnels are just too tight. If you were to try to build rooms along here, you'd have the rock walls sticking into the rooms. You can see how I placed one of the walls with a place everywhere to get it to fit in there. That would be the residential section with their bathrooms and shower areas there. That is the security station that leads into the residential. And this is the two-story section which had the staircases in it to come down. And it's got the hallway connecting the upper level of the tunnel. I'm probably not going to be able to fit my head under there. So that's the hallway that goes up to the main cavern and back to the atrium. If I crouch, can I get... No, that's right up against the ceiling. I'm not going to get through there. All right, we go back to the no clip. And of course, this is how the hallway gets up into the water cavern. And that's the room leading into the subway tunnel. Now, this is going to look a little weird clipping through the walls, but there we go. So as you can see, this is the subway tunnel. And you can see how I cobbled everything together to get it to fit inside of here. So these hallways, you do get part of the subway tunnel coming. Oh, I missed putting a wall on that side. No big deal. This was actually the hardest part, figuring out how to fit everything inside this sloping subway tunnel. And why are you standing on the roof? You're not supposed to be up here. Get back inside where you belong. And this is the main cavern with the complete atrium system on this side. And over here is the hydroponics section. So there it is. That is my Vault 88 in all its glory. As I said before, I'll have a list of all the mods that were used in this settlement down below. Some of those mods are absolutely necessary to be able to build something like this, in particular the place everywhere. And if you are the sort of person who likes to build without mods, I strongly urge you to consider Place Everywhere. Basically what Place Everywhere does is the pillar glitch and the rug glitch without having to fuss around with using a pillar or a rug to glitch things in. I'll actually give you a quick demonstration of that. So Place Everywhere allows you to pick up an object and you can just pass it right through the wall. It's the same as using the pillar and the rug glitch without all of the hassle of using the pillar and rug glitches. So even if you don't use any other mod, Place Everywhere is an easier way to do pillar and rug glitching. So I hope you enjoyed this tour. Take care out in the wasteland. It is a dangerous place. I'll talk to you later.